Okay, we are on top of a bridge. On a bike trail. That's the Calumet Expressway. Okay, now I'm gonna go down onto the bike trail. Pretty fast. Let gravity work a little bit here. There's a horse stable right there. You can see a horse in the background. Be going right past the horse. I just came out of that stable. There's my trail. And here's the horse. And here's a bit of the trail again. And here's a stoplight. Little old house. I believe it's been abandoned for years. Now we're back in the trail, off the road. Fall's just starting to happen. You don't see much orange or red. Little splashes here and there of that, but not much. Mostly just a faded green because they're just starting to change, and it's really beautiful. This is just south of Chicago, believe it or not. And you just saw a rollerblader go past, and another bicyclist. Didn't seem too happy to be filmed, that's all right. And here's a nice clearing on both sides. Beautiful. I come here probably 3 or 4 evenings every week. It's a great tonic. It's about 7 miles round trip, about 3.5 each way. And it's really beautiful. Nothing amazing, but it's a forest, and as far as forests go, I think it's pretty forest. Here's a big clearing here. This is the biggest one on this route, on this trail, and you'll see it open up usually as we turn the corner here. On both sides, just wonderful. This part of it just could be anywhere. It's just so stark, yet close to everything. You can still see the cars, a few houses, somebody's burning some garbage, I guess, or wood, or leaves, and it's unincorporated, so they can do what they want, I guess. Okay. I believe some of this is original prairie grass, like that. That was originally covered all of Chicago. That's it. That's prairie grass. That's all original seed. Nobody came and planted that. That was here when the Indians were here. Now we're back into a clearing again. I just love this trail. There's several parts of it, really two halves. I almost always take the the northern half from Sweet Woods to Lansing. But there's a southern half, sorry, that goes from there to the Heights. But I think this is a lot prettier. This is really all woods, this half. The northern half, the southern half that I don't go on, is nice. There's a lot of houses and backyards. This really, nobody lives here but that squirrel and a bunch of deer and birds, anything you can imagine. And at night when I'm not here, opossums and such. There's a little red, a little more red, but most of the leaves are just green or light green. All programmed by nature and God to change. And we're getting close to it. You'll see red splashes on the bottom, but you'll soon see more red. You'll see everything change, and then the leaves are gone. Then we have barren trees. And not nearly as pretty. When I ride this on a wonderfully, unseasonably warm day in the spring, say in March, we get a 65 or 70. The weather is beautiful, but everything's barren. Does not look like this. So this is just a special area here for sure. There's a lot of people, you can see, that enjoy it. Not too many. If this was Chicago and Lakeshore Drive, we'd see people everywhere. I wouldn't even be able to navigate and hold the phone up here. This wouldn't happen. But I wouldn't say I have it to myself, really, ever. On a rare day, I might almost. But there's enough people here, especially after work. Here and there. It's usually like this. I don't pass too many people. I don't mind if I do. It's for everybody. This isn't my private reserve. It'd be nice if it was. It's nice. This is communal lands for everybody to enjoy. And they all have groves attached here and there too, where most people utilize it with picnics and such. I'll just keep the video going. I didn't plan to do that, but I think that'll work. So we'll work with that. Thank you. Looks like something's blocking that. Probably an accident, I guess. Okay. It's really pretty, very tiny little, almost a toy bridge we're coming up over a tiny little creek called Thorn Creek. There's Thorn Creek. And a lot of this isn't terribly spectacular, but I like it. Kind of a canyon of trees. You can see the colors on my right and on my left. And back to the trail again. There's a little marker here that tells you how far you've been. Right there. And back to the trail. And if anybody has a Oculus virtual reality helmet, you can watch regular YouTube videos on those. They don't have to be 360. And they're still pretty overwhelming. Matter of fact, that's really why I'm doing it. When I go home later on tonight, I'm going to throw that Oculus helmet on. And it'll really be something to see my route right in front of me. And they're pretty reasonable. It's not an ad for that, but I think they're pretty incredible. They're like about $300. But anyway, again, the woods, I don't have to really say anything. Just enjoy it. The beauty of basically one color for now, but soon many, where you live too, I'm sure. And here's some more splashes of red. I sound like that painter with the big afro, Bob Ross. Beat the devil out of it. But anyway, yeah, I think he do a good job painting these. But I like the trail too. You got all the tiny little particles of leaves and junk leaves, little bits. Nobody really cleans it, kind of just stays the same, except for a little garbage here and there, not much. Matter of fact, sometimes people just come and clean it up. You're on YouTube, dude. How you doing? So, anyway, there's a very pretty tree that for some reason decided to lose all its leaves too, so it's probably not doing too good. And that's that one. That poor thing just can't wait for fall. It's already done its thing. It's kind of weird, but okay. There's a pretty little curve there. I love how it opens up when the sun comes out. It's not a particularly bright day, but when it is, it's really overwhelming. Especially on a hot day. It's really cool on the trail, except on the hottest days. Especially when there's a canyon of trees on both sides, like you've seen. It's really weird when you hit a little patch of sun. You feel the heat and everything just brightens up. So we're not too far from the end here. The part I go on is pretty short, and I started halfway through. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So you only got half of it. So you can figure out pretty much it's about double what you saw. And then, going back, of course, too, which I'm not going to show. Here we are at the end of a parking lot called Lansing Woods. There's usually sometimes just weird people that just sit in their cars. It's been like that ever since I can remember. So that's just the way forest preserves are. It's pretty quiet right now. And I don't see anybody sitting in there. And generally I do. People could be in here for any reason. Most likely probably just to chill. But it could be for drugs or anything. Anything you can imagine, people have met up and done. And probably any variation you can imagine. There's the picnic rows. We do see somebody sitting in a car here. As I said, you never know why. No, he's in the back seat. Looks like somebody's having a good time in the back seat there. So anyway, I'm going to turn around here. There's a porta potty that I never use. I would never get in one of those in this area. And condos and apartments. We're going to kind of wrap it up with the sun. I don't know how bright it is when you watch the video, but it's probably pretty bright. Okay, we are near the end. At the end, I'm going to show you a map in case you're curious and live in the Chicago area. You'd like to check this out. I'll show this to you before the video ends in a few seconds here. Okay. Here's the board with the map. Okay. You know you're in Chicago when you see Pulski, which means bottles, I think. You put your bottles in here, your plastic water bottle. Okay. So that's the Thorn Creek Trail. If you want to pause it, that's pretty good. Apple 11 phone quality still here, if you make it a still. And you should be able to see everything. I try to have everything covered here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We were on the north part. Going east, that's where we are right here. Right here. Okay, and we kind of came up through here. That was that busy road that we passed. They let me through. And this is about that bridge where I started the video. And it kind of goes like this. That's where we went. We are right here. Right exactly there. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And maybe you could check the place out again sometime. Or have a drink of water at that well. Pumping well. It doesn't work anymore. So take care. Thanks for watching the video.